Teach Me Grappling. What's up, guys? Brian Peterson. I'm back, and today we're going to be going over the Charles Oliveira Islam Makhachev fight. So I'm super excited. I know you guys are too. It's going to be the biggest thing going on this weekend. There's many other great fights, but man, this main event is going to be fire. So a lot of people are right now picking Makhachev, and I got to say that I haven't totally committed. All right, let me commit. I've already said it a couple times. I do believe Islam Makhachev is the favorite in this fight. But there's some other factors that I just want to talk about, and I'll give you guys my thoughts on the fight. First off, Oliveira is one of the greatest submission guys, not only in the UFC history, but in the weight class. He's dangerous. He's really dangerous with a lot of different submissions. So most people are thinking that, maybe a rear naked choke or a guillotine, those are the things that he can hit. But really, he's got more than that. He's got arm bars. He's got triangles. He can do leg locks. He's got a lot of stuff that he can be dangerous with. Makhachev, he's already said he's going to take down his opponent and he's going to finish him. So it's like this perfect storm of, you have the wrestler taking down the jiu-jitsu guy. You got the guy who's probably going to be on top in Islam trying to take down, and then a guy who's great off his back in Charles Oliveira. So what's going to happen? Obviously, the jiu-jitsu community is probably heavily behind Charles Oliveira. They would love to see him put in something slick like a guillotine or a triangle or something. And is that possible? Yes, it's possible. But Islam is not just your average wrestler. He's a grappler. He's a well-rounded grappler. In fact, he's what I would tell you guys need to try to strive to become. He's a master of wrestling combined with judo. You can say sambo, which is kind of like the best way to describe sambo is like taking judo and marrying it with wrestling. He will hit you with inside trips or oichigaris in the clinch. His koichigari is incredible, which is like a foot sweep that he hits from the over-under. He can double leg, he can single leg. He's gonna take Oliveira down, and he's already said it's not like a bluff. He's already said he's going to take him down, and I do believe he will. He's not bluffing. He's not saying, well, I'm going to trick them and make them think that I want to take him down. No, he wants to take down Charles Oliveira, and he does believe he's better on the ground, and he just might be. Now, that doesn't mean that he's the better submission artist. If I had to pick who was better at submissions, I would definitely pick Oliveira, but that doesn't always matter, because there's something we call position before submission. And if Charles Oliveira has Makhachev has a good position on Oliveira's not going to be able to submit him. He's going to have to catch him. Some of the best times for Oliveira is when he has rocked his opponent with strikes, and then his opponent is out of it, and that's when the guillotine or the rear naked choke comes into play. It's possible, but let me talk about this. The last fight that we got to see with Justin Gaethje and Charles Oliveira, Gaethje is the type of guy who stood in front. He likes to trade. He is a trading type fighter. And Oliveira is a type of guy who can, there's that rear naked choke, beautiful, right there, after he rocked him. You see that? Charles Oliveira is the type of guy who has a Muay Thai style. He puts his hands up. And when he puts his hands up and he blocks shots, he also takes shots. And when he takes shots, he keeps his eyes open on his opponent, and he can counter and return fire. And that's what he's good at. He's able to take a shot, and then after that, it's not so much that he's slick, it's that he's tough. He can take the shot and then return fire. That worked great against Gaethje, because Gaethje's going to trade, and he doesn't want to go to the ground. Islam is going to take him down. He's smart. He's going to play in and out. He's not going to try to stand in front of him and take the shots that Oliveira wants to throw. Because of that, we're going to see a ground fight at some point. We definitely could see some fireworks on the feet. It's definitely possible. But let me say this. If Oliveira thinks that he's going to strike and knock Islam out, which is something I've heard him say that he's going to do, it's going to be really tough. We're not talking about a Ben Askren versus Masvidal type fight where you can just throw a flying double knee and knock out a guy who's just going to walk right in. Just because Islam says he's going to take him down doesn't mean that he's just going to walk right in and take a knee to the head and be as predictable as that. He's got better stand-up than Ben Askren. He's going to be in and out. In fact, I would not be surprised if, because of his takedown ability, he ends up rocking Oliveira just before he takes him down. And once they get on the ground, I believe that Islam is good enough on the ground to avoid the submissions. Just because he may not be quite the same level at finishing submissions, which he still is very good, it's going to be enough to avoid submission unless he gets clocked. And if he gets hit, anything can happen. There's always going to be a chance that any guy can win the fight. So when you pick a winner, like I'm picking Islam, I would never say that he's going to win, 10 out of 10 times. I honestly think he would probably win 6 or 7 out of 10. I would give him that. But there's always that 3, maybe 4 out of 10 that I think that Oliveira could steal it. Now, I wanted to talk about this part. Islam is going to take down Oliveira. Oliveira knows that. He knows he's coming. I saw the countdown that we're watching here, and Oliveira went into this, or they showed this segment of him training with a high-level world-class wrestling coach. Basically, they kind of said, hey, I've trained with a guy who is better than Khabib or Islam. The thing is of course, everyone's going to train for the worst. You know the guy's good at takedowns. You're going to try to avoid being taken down. If Oliveira can avoid Islam's takedown attempts, of course, it seems that they put the fight in his favor, in striking. But there's a mental fact here that I want to talk about, like a strategy. If Oliveira comes out and he tries to avoid takedowns, I actually think it will backfire. I think that if he tries to stop Islam from taking him down, I think it'll actually be worse for him. In other words, if he's cautious, if he's moving laterally and he's trying to stay out of the takedowns too much, it'll actually backfire and Islam will actually take him down easier. I actually think the better strategy for Oliveira is to go out with confidence, which he might have, I'm not sure. But again, what they present in the pre-fight interviews and all that, you don't know that that's actually the game plan. We're going to find out this weekend. If Oliveira comes out and is not worried about the takedown and is ready to throw strikes, then the factor of possibly capitalizing on a hard blow of Islam coming in on a shot, a single leg or a double leg, it is possible for him to get hit and clocked. But again, if he's more like cautious and nervous about the takedown, like a lot of strikers are, I think it's going to backfire. I think it's going to play into Islam's hands. So I wanted to mention that. Having said that, Islam, if you look at the way he clinches, the way he gets in, he's very good at throwing strikes and overhand right, getting into his single leg, his high crotch, and his double leg. And if he ends up in the clinch, in the over-under, he's going to pressure him, and he's going to put a lot of serious pressure until Oliveira starts to get tired. And I do believe, although I will have to bet that Islam's going to win by decision, it's possible that Islam could finish Oliveira if he wears him out. If it happens, it's probably going to happen in the 4th or 5th round, late in the fight. Every round I give to Islam. If Oliveira can make it interesting, I see him making maybe stealing one round. It is possible that he could reverse or possibly knock down or even take down Islam once in the fight. I give him that. For Islam, he needs to make sure that he doesn't give up his back with 2 hooks or a body triangle, because if he does, that's when he's in the most serious trouble. I've seen Islam in a guillotine before. He's not afraid of them. I do believe he knows how to get out of the guillotine, but then again, he's a finisher. So it's going to be a fun night to watch fights. And this main event is just, I'm getting pumped up every single day as we get closer. Guys, look, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. I know that I'm kind of picking the favorite, which is easy to do. I do think the odds are off. Somebody told me he was a 3-1 favorite. If that's still true, I do believe that he should not be a 3-1 favorite. I think it's a lot closer than that. However, I am picking Islam. And either way, if I'm wrong and Oliveira wins, I know it's going to be fireworks. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Teach Me Grappling. Comment down below. And I'll see you guys next time with more great stuff.
Championship. It's going to be new lightweight champion from Dagestan.
The guy can do it all. Islam Makhachev is the real deal.